I'm third generation butchers, so from my dad's butcher's shop, people started asking for free range chickens initially, which is why we're called Roaming Roosters. So we began selling those online, which quickly expanded into free range pork, grass-fed beef and grass-fed lamb. My name's Simon Mellin from Roaming Roosters and I'm a partner. Roaming Roosters sells sustainable food online and we now have a farm shop, bistro and education centre. Our main ambition has always just been to change the way that people eat and how they look at food and have some respect for where food comes from. A lot of people don't understand the differences between intensive farming and sustainable farming, so we wanted to teach people along with selling them a better product. We never really had any ambitions for the business to grow rapidly, we just wanted people to understand the products, but I think because we explain the product and where it's come from, that's allowing us to grow quickly because customers support us and respect what we do. I first met Wendy after winning a Young Entrepreneur Award within Pendle. She was at the awards night and gave me a business card. She then called me to arrange a meeting. We met at the office above my dad's shop where we started Roaming Roosters from, and she explained the GrowthAccelerator service and how it could help us progress quicker with more structure.
The initial role of a growth manager is to meet the company and to do the diagnostics and see if that company is suitable for Growth Accelerator and how we can in fact help them to achieve their goals. The Growth Mapper is a very useful supporting tool. It shows us whether the team have an aligned vision and whether they really understand what everybody else is thinking.
I'd never seen anything like Growth Mapper before. At the time I didn't really understand what it was for, but afterwards it made complete sense. Once we'd done it, it showed that myself and my brother had slightly different views in certain areas of where the business was going.
We then make sure, and one of the most important roles of the growth manager is to match that company with the expert help that it needs. So it's our job to find the right coach to go in and work on a one-to-one basis with that company, and that's a very important part of the job.
It clicked straight away with Paul really. You know, we could have a laugh and a joke with him, and I think it's important that you can do that. He just gave us structure straight away and pulled us back and made us think about decisions we were making and why we were making them and making sure they were the right ones.
When I met Simon and his brother Nick, they were clearly two very passionate young men. Perhaps with slight lack of direction, but great ideas, enormous amount of energy and passion and dedication and thick skin to really make things succeed. What I've managed to do is try and remove a lot of the different obstacles, so things like the bank loan, but that is no longer an issue. We've managed to create the orbit, the single page plan, tell a story to the bank. They've recognised the credibility of the company, the strengths of the owners, and they very quickly got a commercial mortgage, which removed a huge amount of pressure off their shoulders and really set the platform for the future really.
As you're forecasting, you're wanting to achieve and you aspire to achieve, but you just don't know how you're going to do it. But this did help us a lot to sort of start from the outside, work back in, work out where you want to get to and how you're going to get there. And it's given us the tools now to get there a lot quicker.
So there's four main objectives. The first one was really to make sure that when people come here, they spend what they should spend. The second one was about building relationships with all your partners. So it means that if the business does double, treble, quadruple in terms of revenue, you can still get the raw materials from all your partners, all your farmers. The third one is about, I suppose, turnover. So it's the business was forecast to turn over around about $500,000.
Yeah.
It looks as though you're going to at least double that.
Yeah, at least double it.
Yeah. And the fourth one, which potentially would have been the biggest issue, was taking a bridging loan and moving it to a commercial loan. And that was a huge issue because the amount of money that was going out on the bridging loan was significant.
Yeah, ridiculous, wasn't it? And back to the orbit, we used the orbit to get the commercial loan, didn't we? So
yeah, this is the story in a way to the bank.
To the banks to allow us to get the loan. Initially I did think, would it waste my time and was it a viable thing to do, but definitely it just pulls you back a little bit and makes you double check what you're doing is the correct thing to do. We exceeded our forecasts and quite rapidly really. We hit what we wanted to achieve in 12 months, in 6 months.
If we take Simon's, I suppose, vision for the company, He now has a company which is more than doubling its expected turnover for the year. Its profitability is higher. It's creating more jobs than he expected. And he doesn't have as many debts. The car park's always full. He's now in a position where he's actually over-trading, which is a fantastic place to be. But we just need to ensure that that growth is managed in a sustainable way, I suppose, going forward. So it's a great business. It's been a real success.
It's given us a structure to allow us to grow quickly. Without Paul behind me, I think it would have probably spiralled out of control. So it's been key to what we've done. We wouldn't have done it without it, I don't think.